Hey guys, I've made hundreds of videos on PvP montages, but I haven't been explaining what I'm doing. So in this video, I'm gonna share some tips on solo PvP and some new clips with explanations. So first, my first tip is about what classes should you use. So if you're wondering and can't decide what class to use for solo PvP, then I suggest using a Duelist, Thrasher, Protector, or Bandit. These classes are the strongest when it comes to solo PvP. If you are a free-to-play player, then I suggest getting a Bat for player damage and a mount that has 7% additional damage to players, 7% damage in forest or rock locations, and 7% additional damage to heavy or dagger weapons. For me, I only have 14%, but that's enough if you know what you're doing. Mage and Bowman classes are too squishy and not fit for solo PvP. But Occultist, on the other hand, is also a good class, but it's not versatile. Like if I go Duelist, then I can change to Protector or Thrasher in mid-fight. But if I'm an Occultist, then I'm gonna have to wait for the cooldown of my abilities, and that is a disadvantage, especially that Occultist has a low HP. If you're aiming for competitive gameplay and a high win rate, then you always have to use legendary gear and class 4. Otherwise, you will have a disadvantage against your opponent, especially if he or she is pay to win. So my next tip is to be aware of your surroundings and place traps and blind spots. So you have to keep looking at the map for possible blind spots and enemies. For example, here in Dragon's Graveyard, you can place traps here, here, and here. Oh, but you can also place traps here. You can place traps here. So yeah, the enemy won't notice it because it's not visible. Just like in other zones, you can even place traps in front of trees, like here, and it's not going to be visible. Or you can place it in rocks. I can't go there because there's a mob. You can place it in front of the trees or in the rocks instead of bushes, because even in bushes, traps are still visible. So my next tip is to get to know your community. Frostborn has a small community and it is divided into different servers. My server is main Asia, and whether they come from Vietnam, China, Indonesia, or Philippines, I think I'm confident enough that I know almost everyone who usually does solo PvP here. This means that I know who my friends are and who are my enemies. It also gives me an idea of whether I can defeat a specific opponent judging from his runes, his playstyle, his favorite class, and other hints. Basically, knowing who you are up against gives you an advantage over them because you're gonna know how to counter them. So my fourth tip is about organizing your stuff. You have to know where to place your gadgets in your inventory. In the first 5 slots in your inventory, there must be a Berserk Potion, a Speed Potion, bandages, food, and the spell. But the Berserk Potion can be replaced with Armor Potion, Blood Sausage, Decoction Potion, or Damage Reflect, depending on the situation. So put your PvP items near your spawn point and have an empty chest in your base, because once you kill someone, you have to quickly deposit the loot to your base, or if you get killed, you're gonna need a new set of equipment and you won't have time to find your gear or your gadgets. My next tip is about PvP locations. So the first place that you want to go to for solo PvP is Red Forest. This zone will always be a hotspot for PvP. If you can't find anyone here, you can try opening one chest and leave to reset the zone, or you can go to Dragon's Graveyard, Yellow Forest, and Northern Wasteland, or Alfor's Camp. If you still can't find anyone, you can wait for a few minutes and log in back to the game, but my advice is that you do not enter with friends because it is too risky and you will never know when enemy families are roaming. So my last tip is to save money. By saving money, I don't mean saving money to buy runes or expensive stuff to be stronger in the game. What I mean is saving money to be able to buy a phone with better specs. It doesn't have to be a gaming phone, but you will at least need a device that can run Frostborn smoothly with low graphics and 60 FPS, so you can change inventory faster and play on a competitive level. Having a better phone will not only help you in Frostborn, but also in other applications. So my advice is to use your money wisely. So here's an example of a duelist gameplay. I got this clip from yesterday. At first I didn't know who I was fighting, so I put a shock trap just in case someone ambushes me. And then this guy, who I know has a lot of runes, just decided to rush and attack me because he's got a lot of HP and high damage. So the first thing I thought was, can I beat this guy? But I didn't really have time to think, so I was just luring him into stepping into my trap. He is planning to make a fortress of traps, and I can't get close to him if I let him do that, so I went aggressive and hooked him. And now he's running away because his skills are on cooldown. He missed his hammer, so I can continue to chase him. Here he gets stunned, but he used leap. So my trap got cancelled. That's a smart decision, but he didn't expect that I was gonna dispel right after he used stun barrier. So now I can do a combo on him and he can't dispel out of it. I landed a trap, so he's basically dead now. So here's another clip that I got from yesterday. I used my buff before fighting him. He's using a protector, so he won't be able to do a lot of damage to me. All I have to do is spam throwing hammer and trap. So as you can see here, he put traps in blind spots. That's actually smart of him, but it doesn't really affect me that much because he doesn't have much damage, or he even fails to do his combos on me. Like here, for instance, he taunted me, but he didn't use his damage reflect, so it's pointless. Even with all these hidden traps, he's still struggling to fight me because since he's using a protector and I have a warden set, he's gonna have a hard time doing a combo on me because of the cooldown. I might miss some abilities, but that's fine. I still have the upper hand. Now he's gonna run away for his skills to be available. I think the key to winning a fight is just being aggressive. And if you think that the opponent is gonna land a combo on you, all you have to do is switch to shield and hopefully it doesn't kill you. Like this one. It's actually tiring to do voiceovers, but I'm just gonna let you guys watch.